Well, what's up? Mr. DJ is back with one of the most wildest, wackiest records I've ever heard. It was back in the summer of 1970, coming in at number 63. Well, number 62, up from 63 the previous week. Song went to number 50 on Billboard's Hot 100, but WTBC 1230 WTBC here in Tuscaloosa, also 1150 WJRD, they were all over this record. Summer of 1970. This is Mongoose by Elephant's Memory. Eclectic mix of jazz, funk, rock and roll. It was an unusual sounding record. This was something you didn't want your grandparents, you didn't want your, well, my parents were pretty cool with it, I guess, but you didn't want your aunts and uncles to catch you listening to a record like that. Because a lot of the people, this is 1970, and a lot of people in their 40s in 1970 grew up in the big band era. They grew up listening to Bing Crosby. They grew up listening to Glenn Miller, Tommy Dorsey. Elephant's Memory. What the hell is that? My God, the world has just gone to hell in a haystack. You call that music? God, music has gone downhill since the 50s. That would be their attitude. I'm serious. Well, those who paid attention to the current music at the time. I'm just, I guess I'm just, what's that word? Can't think of the word right now. I guess I'm just rambling, but let's get to the point of this record. Here's the thing about Mongoose. Mongoose, by rock historians, and this is frustrating, is regarded as a footnote. That's what they see it as a footnote. Non-sequential, it's not important, who cares? What's really important about Elephant's Memory and their mind is they were once the backup band of John Lennon back in the early 70s. They sang, well, they backed up, they played, well, they were backing up John Lennon on an album they put out in 1972, and that album was called Sometime in New York City. And they forgot about Mongoose. Let's go back to the origins of this band. Elephant's Memory, 1967, from New York City. And I'm having problems pronouncing this guy's last name. It's Stan Bornstein and Rick Frank Jr. formed a band. Eventually evolved into a 6, 7, 8-piece band, Elephant's Memory. But get this. You're not going to believe this. Guess who was once a member of Elephant's Memory? 1968. Oh, you're not going to believe it. Carly Simon. But she was only in that band for a very short time. I read somewhere years ago that the band members pushed her down a flight of stairs. I don't know if that's true or not, probably a urban legend. But she was replaced by a woman, a mysterious woman from Israel. Her name was Mika. They were on the Buddha record label. Now that's another paradox. Buddha, bubblegum record label. And they sort of tried to manufacture them or promote them as a bubblegum group. Elephant's Memory? Are you kidding? Well, they changed record labels. They went to the Metro Media record label by 1969. They came out with 2 songs from the Midnight Cowboy soundtrack. They had 2 songs. And they got a gold disc for that, too. Elephant's Memory. Then they came out with Mongoose. I loved it. It was a brilliant record. I couldn't get enough of it. I remember standing there in the backyard at home listening to it on a General Electric transistor radio. And it was Nirvana. It's like listening to Neanderthal Man by Hot Legs, which is also on this September 12, 1970 Hot 100. Well, that's it. Well, Billboard's Hot 100, we'll get this. Billboard's Hot 100, although it only got as high as number 50. Guess what? It was on Billboard's Hot 100 for 14 weeks. This is Mongoose by Elephant's Memory.